Hey everyone, so I'm back. Um, Probably wondering why I haven't uploaded in like 2, 3 weeks. I was on vacation. I was gonna record a whole video talking about vacation and everything before I left, but I'm gonna be honest, I forgot. I've been back for 3, 4 days now, and yeah, I mean, I just kind of lost the. I was just kind of out of it. I kind of faced writer's block or something. Like, I just completely forgot to upload, or didn't really forget to upload, but just wasn't in the mood to upload. I tweeted about this. I just lost all motivation for a little bit. Whatever. It's in the past. But I'm back, and some pretty big sports news happened while I was gone. But I'm going to talk about the news that came out most recently, because who cares about like 2 week old trade rumors or whatever, right? What I wanted to talk about was the NHL expansion draft with the Seattle Kraken coming in next year, and two pretty big piece of news with the Montreal Canadiens reportedly waiving, or Carey Price reportedly waiving his no movement clause with the Montreal Canadiens ahead of the Seattle Kraken expansion draft, and Vladimir Tarasenko not being protected by the Blues in the Kraken expansion draft. So I understand why they're doing this, okay? So pretty much, if you haven't really followed Seattle Kraken news, if you don't follow hockey news, or if pretty much you should know what an expansion draft is, right? The Seattle Kraken are a new team. They need to, they need players, so every team has to like protect some players from the expansion draft, and the Kraken have the pick of everyone else who's in the pool. And I believe, let me pull up the source of this. Yes, I just pulled up the projected amount of cap space, or I think it's confirmed now because, all the CBA numbers came out now that the NHL season is over. But this is the cap space that the Seattle Kraken have next year, which is $81,500,000. And if we look at Carey Price's contract here, he has a $10.5 million cap hit, and Vladimir Tarasenko has a $7.5 million cap hit, right? So combined, that's what? Wow, I'm blanking right now. 18, $19 million in cap space. So pretty much it's a smart move by the GMs of both the Blues and the Canadiens, although not really. Or it could backfire really easily, because they know, both the Blues and Canadiens GMs know that the Seattle Kraken are most likely not going to take Tarasenko or Carey Price, because taking Carey Price is going to be like an eighth of of this Kraken's cap space. Taking Tarasenko would be about a ninth. I don't know. I'm not going to do the math right now in my head, and taking both of them would be like almost a fourth, I think, of their cap space, because combined it's like 19 million. So yeah, pretty much a fourth of their cap space. You don't want to wrap up a fourth of your cap space in two players, especially Vladimir Tarasenko, who's been suffering from shoulder injuries a lot, and he wants out of St. Louis because of how they handled his shoulder injuries. And Carey Price, who's a stud, right? Like, he was playing lights out the entire playoffs, but still, like, he's not, I don't think he'd be worth, like, literally ruining the finance of your team for the next, let me check how much longer his contract runs for the next, like 5 years, right? Because I can guarantee that, Carey Price is probably going to fall off 2024 by 2025, right? It just makes sense, just because of age. He's going to be 38 years old. I don't really trust any, sorry, wow, I just blanked, but I don't really trust any form of, like, any player who's that old to perform on the level that they're performing at right now, especially with the fact that, Carey Price hasn't, like, been playing that well in the regular season, especially this season. He was not good in the regular season. He just completely turned on for the playoffs, but I digress. And again, it understands, because I think the Canadiens did this. If we go back to the original article, it's to they Carey Price waived his no movement clause with the Canadiens, so the Canadiens could protect Jake Allen, who I was reading up on this, like some like Canadian insiders, Canadiens reporters for the Canadiens said that, like, Jake Allen is crucial to the team's success. And again, I think I agree, because, like I said, Carey Price, even though he was, like, amazing in the playoffs, he was still very, very hit or miss in the regular season. So you need that depth. Like, think if you follow the Blackhawks, right? They ran with three goalkeepers, goalies, goaltenders, whatever. I don't know what they're called. I don't know exactly what they call them in hockey, but the Hawks ran with three netminders for the entire season. Kevin Lankinen, Malcolm Subban, and wow, I forgot the last one. Colin Dealey, I think, right? And that enough was like still not good enough really for to keep up the Hawks, right? It's crucial, especially like with the more skilled that offensive players are getting, the more skilled, like a lot of teams are focusing more on offense rather than defense. Like think about the Oilers. They have Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, but their defense is kind of lackluster, right? So with minimal defenses with insane offenses, again, think Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Patrick Kane is still the lead. I'm just thinking of like players that off the top of my head, right? All these players, you can't have a goalie stay in net all 82 games of the season and expect him to like stay on the level on the form that he has like from game one, right? So I understand why like they have to protect Jake Allen, because I can guarantee if the Canadiens did end up protecting Carey Price instead of Jake Allen would 100% be taken by the Kraken. Think of like Marc-Andre Fleury being selected by the Vegas Golden Knights in that expansion draft. Is going to be pretty much the similar situation to that. Yeah, I mean, I do personally hope, I know it's not going to make sense, but I do personally hope that the Seattle Kraken do take Carey Price or Vladimir Tarasenko, because the chaos would be extreme. I think Tarasenko being selected by the Kraken won't be as chaotic as Carey Price being selected, because if we go to this article of Tarasenko not being protected by the Blues, it said that he requested trade earlier this month, or I don't know exactly when, but because he was unhappy with how the team handled the shoulder surgeries he had in 2018 and 2019. And he also gave a list of teams: the Rangers, Islanders, Golden Knights, Bruins, Flyers, Lightning, Capitals, and Panthers. But I think the problem was his cap hit. A lot of teams were turned off by that. But I mean, again, I'm digressing. I do think it's actually very possible that that Tarasenko does get selected by the Kraken. But I mean, that's about it. I just wanted to like kind of shed a light on something pretty interesting. Like this is, it's a smart move for the Canadiens to not protect Carey Price, to be honest, because they need to protect Jake Allen. But I mean, still chaotic, crazy. NHL news has been wild. Like last year, how the play-in tournament, whatever play-in team got the first overall pick or something. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I just kind of started ranting, but I'm back. I tweeted this. I have a good five more video ideas that I have that I want to record, which I'm recording right now. So yeah, I mean, I'll see you. Hopefully you enjoy this video. It's just something different, not talk about basketball. Yeah, I'll see you. Bye.